know. I know. I can hear you. I can hear what you're saying. I know. What's going on? What is going on? I don't know what's going on. This was the only dead car out of all 10 of them. 9 of all the 10 cars ran perfectly. This was the only one that seemed to have a dead engine. So we see, let's have a look. We'll see if we can get it to actually run. I think it's got good potential. I think it's going to run really well. I didn't really have a lot of time on the day when I was trying to get it to run, so I rushed it a little bit, but the one that was with it ran really well. All 9 of these cars are going to be raffled because you lot are bloody difficult to deal with. Tell you a price, it's too expensive. I say, you say a price, and you say, oh no. All the money's going to charity, so whatever these cars bring is going to go and help demining in the Ukraine. It's all going to go to charity, so they're all going to be raffled off now. If you want one, you can buy some tickets and you win yourself one, and all the money is all going to charity. It's as simple as that. So it's quite important that we get this one running. Let's put this shell on it, because I think the red shell goes quite well with it. I think it'll be quite good when it gets going. Let's have a look. So, I didn't really give it a lot of time the last time, did I? I kind of just tried it. It fired a couple of times, made a few weird noises, didn't really do a lot. I said we'll have to come back to it. So this is now that time. I think what we'll do is we'll take the plug out and we'll turn it over with no plug in it. We'll see if it's going to make any weird noises. We'll see what it's going to turn out like. If it turns over okay and not makes any banging noises like it was doing before, we know that that's okay. I'll turn it round, or shall I leave it that way so you can see the engine? I think I'll leave it that way. That way you can see the engine, because that's what you like to see. That's why you're here. You wouldn't be here watching a Nitro channel if you didn't want to see Nitro engines, would you? No, but you just wouldn't. You just wouldn't. It's as simple as that. I need to get a new one of these spanners. Look, that one used to have little prongs in it, and it used to grab the plug, but I don't know where they've gone. Fallen out somewhere. Fallen out. So instead of that, we use a pair of long nose pliers. There we go. Now, while we got the plug out, we'll check it and make sure it's actually got gauge. We'll get this old t-shirt that I nicked out of a drawer, and someone's missing a t-shirt now. Let's make sure the glow plug's glowing. It did work because it did fire. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Look at that. Those of you asking me for good glow starters, by the way, what's a good glow starter? I definitely recommend this one. ProTech Sure Start, yeah. 5,000 milliamps. One of the best glow starters I've ever had, and I definitely recommend it's one of the best ones you can get. So let's turn it over. Let's get the old whatchamacallit, and see what happens. See, now you can't see though, can you? We've been that way around, so we're going to have to turn it round so that you can blooming see it. I know, you lot are awkward, you are. You're bloody awkward. Can't see that way, can't see that way. I'll put it that way and you still can't see. Right, here we go. Well, that sounds fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I reckon it will go. We'll try it one more time. We'll try it without any heat. And if it, you know, it starts to go a bit funny, we'll heat it up. We'll get the heat gun on it. because I know some of you lot don't like heat for some reason. I don't know why. Perhaps you're just a bit gay or something. I don't really know why. But heat really does help a lot of things, you know. It loosens things up, and it really does help, especially with these little nitro engines. Give them a bit of heat, and chances are they're going to go. So we'll give it a little bit of where's the bottle gone? Have we got any nitro in the tank? Oh, tiny little bit of nitro in the tank. We'll I'll tell you what, we'll go to full. Let's just prime it. Let's just prime it and go. I was going to put a bit in the carb, but let's just prime it and let's just go for it. Did it go through? I don't know if it is or not. It's too dark, I can't see. Put that like that. Ah, there was a bit of jelly there. So that's probably our problem last time. Jelly. I can't see whether it's getting or not. Oh, it is now. It's well flooded. Can you see that? It's flooded so much, it's been coming out the top of the carburetor. I don't think that's ever going to start. We're going to have to take the plug out probably, but we give it a go. At least that jelly's come out. I can't remember last time if I checked for jelly or not. You're going to have to tell me, because I can't remember. I might have done, but then again I might not have done. But we'll try it. I think it's going to be a bit flooded, but we'll give it a go. Here we go. Well flooded. I knew that was going to be like that. I saw it come out the carburetor. Far too much. Far too much. But in a way that's just perfect, because we know we ain't got a block carb now. I'm going to put that over there because otherwise it goes everywhere. Well, it's certainly not flooded now. So we'll put this plug back in, and I reckon this one's going to go, and it's going to go really, really well. Really well. This one, because it's had a bit of a bad start to life, it's going to go the best. It's going to be the best one. You watch. Watch. This is going to be better than any of the other ones. Glow starter. Here we go. Oh, it's still flooded. Might have to loosen that a bit. We've either got a weak starter motor or that battery's a bit flat, I reckon, because that should turn that over quite nicely. Let's try one of these. Look, I've been charging these up. I think they need new batteries, but let's just see. Let's get a working plug. See, oh, it don't glow very well though, does it? It needs a new battery, doesn't it? That one's no good. It needs a new battery. What about this one? Nah, all need new batteries, didn't they? Right. Well, I got this one. This one, it stays in my bag normally. I don't normally use it, which is why I'm using it now, to give it a bit of use. Perfect glowage on the test plug. Put the test plug back in now. Here we go. These ones are better when you loosen off the glow plug. These twisty ones, you can't twist them in because the blooming glow plug, I mean you can hold it in there, but because the glow plug is loose you can't twist it. Whereas with these ones you can just clip it on there, and you know, that's that. So let's see. what we're going to get. Not a lot. Oh. Certainly not very happy, is it? It's certainly not very happy. We've got nitro everywhere. Gonna have to clean that off now, otherwise it's gonna make it go a bit flat. We don't want it going flat. We need it. Let's play around with this. It might need a new glow plug after all. Even though it is working, it might need a new one. But the thing is, when it fires, it spits nitro out the carburetor. So I'm wondering if someone's had this apart and they might have put the sleeve around the wrong way potentially. They could have done, and it could have messed up with the timing and that. I've had it happen before when it tries to expel exhaust out the carburetor, and obviously it doesn't run because there's no fuel going to it, but you put some fuel in it through the carburetor, but then when that burns, it comes out the carburetor because the exhaust, the line is run the wrong way, and the exhaust port is where the inlet should be, so it goes out through the block, through the carb, and obviously it doesn't run, but you get little fire ridges coming out of there. I don't think that's the case here. It might be. You see, that plug is glowing, but it's not glowing right to the end, if you can see that. It's only glowing sort of 3/4 of the way up. That could be the problem, and there's only one way to find out if that is the problem. We get another plug that's good all the way, like this one. Nope. Huh. Well, it ain't the glow starter being a bit flat. I don't really want to open a new plug unless I really have to, because I'm getting a bit low. They're the only ones I got left, and I don't want to run out of plugs. Let's try this one here. Whoa, that's a good one. Look at that one. That's glowing right to the very end, that one is. If you can see that, it's probably never going to be focused properly. Right to the very end. That's better. Let's just make sure that they are the same. Yeah, they are. They're not the same number. I know a lot of you lot bloody panic about numbers. Life's far too short to be panicking about little things like that. I certainly don't care about a number. It's only the heat. It'll still work, especially just for testing anyway. It'll be absolutely fine. So, let's try this. What we got here? Put that on there. quite obvious that it had a bit of a dodgy plug. Now, that seems to be running quite well now. I would say that is running really, really well. Well, that one runs bloody brilliant. I told you. Didn't I tell you? I definitely told you. Sometimes the ugly duckling is the better one. That ran really, really well. The trouble with it was, now bear in mind these are all supposed to have been running and driving cars, which obviously not. The problem with it was this glow plug R2 Plus. Anyway, it wasn't glowing all the way down. Now, let's put it back on here again. Hopefully you can see. I don't know whether you're going to be able to. Maybe. It's not glowing right to the very end. Now you might think that's not going to matter. And in some cases it doesn't. But other cases it doesn't. It needs to glow right to the very end really. But as I say, not always. But obviously this particular engine liked it to glow right to the very end. There is a potential that it could, now that it's started and it's ran, it's obvious it hasn't ran for a long time, because, well, we could tell that there was jelly in the lines, jelly in the fuel line, and, well, that was it. There was jelly in the fuel line, and the way that it behaved tells us that it hasn't ran for a very long time, which is why all of these T-Maxxes have been great to work with, because, well, although they weren't true barn finds or shed finds as such, I think they have sat around for a fair amount of time, which is why they're good to work with. I like working on ones that haven't ran for a long time. They're more fun to work with. Some of them, they fired straight up, didn't they? We knew they were going to fire straight up, and that's exactly what they did. Where's my glow starter? There it is. Let's just see if it will start now with the original glow plug that was in it. Now that it's started and it's ran, let's try it. As soon as I take the glow starter out, that's the end of that. But that could be because it's too rich. Could also be because it's too cold. Probably more than likely the case that glow plug is bad. Really, I need to give it a good old rev and clear it out, but I can't do that here. So we're going to just have to stop where we are. It runs. It does run with that original plug. If I get a chance, I'll take it out for a test drive. I need to get some wheels for it. There's no wheels for this one. Well, there is wheels for it, but they're on a Revo at the moment, because a Revo doesn't have any wheels, and I needed to put some wheels on a Revo. I know, it's a bit of a pickle at the moment, but that's all right. I've been cycling these batteries, by the way. I know a lot of you are going, you know, you can cycle them. Well, I'm the one that told a lot of you lot about cycling batteries to revive them. It works a lot of the time, not all the time. It depends how bad the battery is gone. One of these, I think it's that one, has actually, it must have shorted out, and oh, I wonder if that's it there. That might be where it's shorted out, look, in the middle there. I hadn't noticed it before. That bit in the middle there. I don't know whether that's a bloody cobweb or if that's where it's shorted. But I was charging it, and some people said about charge rates, 1C and all that. Well, I know these are 5,000 milliamps, so 1C of 5,000 would be 5 amps. However, when you've got a battery that you don't know, or it's sat around for quite some time, it's a good idea to charge it at a very slow and low rate, because, well, a fast charge will degrade a battery anyway. Charging it slowly, it always keeps the battery in better condition. And if it's been flat for a long time, or you just simply don't know the condition of it and it is a little bit old, it's a good idea to charge it at a low rate. So I was just charging them all at 1 amp. I don't care how long it takes to charge, I was charging them all at 1 amp. At 1 amp it should take roughly 5 hours to charge. At 5 amps it should take roughly an hour. Roughly. That's a rule of thumb. But I think it must have been this one. Well, it might not have been, you know. That might just be glue. That might just be glue, because this other one's got some of it in it as well. Anyway, one of these came up with open circuit in the middle of charging, and then it said polarity, crossed polarity or wrong polarity or something, and it doesn't matter what I'd done, it kept coming up with it. So most of these batteries, I've been cycling them, I've been discharging them, charging them, they're just simply not holding a charge, and now one of these has gone open circuit. So unfortunately none of them are any good, and I've just finished cycling these ones. I've just been on 2 cycles, charging, discharging, charging, discharging, charging, discharging, charging, and now I'm going to leave them fully charged overnight and see if they hold a charge. If they do, they go in these easy starts, and when these cars are raffled and you lot potentially win them, they'll come with a battery. But if not, you just have to buy one, simple as that. So where was we when it comes to this one? Let's see what we've got in the way of receiver. So we've got brown in there, 27 megahertz brown. What's this one? Brown 1. This one should fit then, 27 megs, got batteries in it. Alright. I can't remember if we actually tried the electrics on this one. We might have tried the electrics. I might be going over the same steps again, but I can't remember. So we're going to do it again anyway. And I don't know why some people run wires in funny places like that. Well, that's got number 3 written on that though. Yellow. Well, that's not yellow in there though, is it? It's brown. Alright, well, I don't think that one is yellow. We'll have to have a look. I'll put this back and then we'll find out what's the right transmitter for it. Oh yeah. Bloody... It's an AA one, isn't it? I'd forgotten about that. Well, it looks like someone's repaired or changed the battery thing at one point, because we've got heat shrink around some soldered joints there. But it blooming AA batteries, isn't it? I've forgotten about that. Right, let's see what we've got up here. I only need 4. I've got 4 here. I don't know whether they're any good though. They might not have enough oomph in them, or they might have enough oomph, I don't know. I don't know if we actually did check the electrics on this. I genuinely can't remember. I genuinely can't remember what we done. But we'll, where's my screwdriver? I'll put it back, I'll use this one. That needs to be jammed over there. And that goes like that. And that one goes like that. Happy days. Even if these haven't got enough power in them to do a lot, at least we'll know whether the servos are going to try and work or anything like that. Oh! Yes. We've got full steering, left and right. Full throttle, yep. Yep, full throttle. And we've got brakes, kind of. But these batteries are really flat. That should be forwards. And that should be reverse. We're getting better. The more I do that, it gets better. It does say not to oil that shaft, doesn't it? Let's go against the grain a bit. It's getting a bit stuck, so going against the grain, sticking a little bit of 3-in-1 on it anyway. I'm fully aware that what's getting stuck is probably on the inside of the box. I know this. Alright, I know this. But just made me feel a little bit better sticking a little bit of oil on there. Well, that seems to be working really well. Brakes, throttle. It's getting better. The more I do it, the better it gets, look. Oh yeah, it's really going now. Well, there we go, that's great. We know that the reverse servo works. Whether the actual reverse works, I don't know yet, but we'll find that out when we give it a bit of a drive. I'm not going to start it up again now because, well, it's a lovely evening, so I'm not going to make too much noise now this evening. We'll go another day and make some more. I really don't like the fact that these has bloody AA batteries in it, man. I think these, it's just a bit of a pain, you know. I like to be able to plug a hump pack in and be done with it, but you can't, so it is what it is. Happy days, man. I couldn't be happier with that. I really, really couldn't. Let's stick an air filter on there. It goes that way around. There we go. Nice air filter. Could do it the other way if I wanted to. Could go that way. However way you want to put it that way then. Fair enough. Nice. Very, very nice. This one is going to be included in the raffle, obviously. I'll try and sort out, well, like I say, the Revo's got the wheels for this on it. Well, it shouldn't have them on it. It should have Revo wheels on it, but the Revo wheels, I don't know where they are. So, it will have wheels on it, obviously. It's got a nice red shell that we see here. Nice red shell. Transmitter. Happy days. If you want to try and win it, there'll be a raffle. There'll be details all about the raffle coming up soon. But I think what I'll probably end up doing is just putting a raffle up, and the winner can pick from any of the T-Maxxes that are left. Pick the one you want. Probably how I'll do it. And if that goes well, then we'll do another one, and you can pick again, and then etc, etc. And obviously as it starts to narrow down, there'll only be one left. That's probably how I'm going to do it, because in that way, when you win it, you get to pick what one you want. I think that's better than just having one there, because if it's just, there might not be the one you want. I don't know. I'm going to think about it, how I'm going to do it, structure it, and then that'll be that, because no one wants to bloody buy them. All the money, as I say, is going to charity, but I don't set the prices, you see. And every time I say a price, people, oh no, it's too expensive. I say, well, you tell me what you want to pay then. Oh, no, no, no. You're not very difficult to work with, I'll tell you that now. So, raffling it is. Each car is going to come with a little piece of memorabilia as well. These have been sent to me by Simon, the bloke who owns all the cars, and he is the charity. Ace High Drone Specialists are the people that are doing this. Privately funded, nothing to do with anything else, all private. Bloody hell, man, can't get these out. I don't want to get them all oily, but yeah, they're playing cards, and each card has got a different mine on it tells you a bit of information about the mine and things. All different, and you can actually use them for actually playing cards, because look, they've got the numbers on and everything you need. And I think they're bloody brilliant piece of. You can't buy these on the internet. These have been invented and made especially for this. So very cool. So there we go, another T-Maxx ready rock and roll. If you like that sort of thing, think about sticking around. I normally get old barn find, shed find, loft find Nitro cars, or just Nitro cars that someone said they wanted to sell me. Maybe it hasn't run for a while. I like the ones that haven't run for a while. I get them going, you know, get them all up and running again. The ones that are seized up and haven't been running for a long time, they're the best ones, because they're a bit more of a challenge. I get hold of them, and then I just put them back into the market to keep them all in there, because what's better than an old thing? The older things are a lot better than new things. You keep the old things going, we'll all be happy. I'll see you lot later on. All the best. Treat people nicely. Treat people how you would expect to be treated, and we should have a nice, happy life. And don't bloody litter. Simple as that.